I joined now by Scott Kushner of The Advocate. So much is made tonight of this Warriors lineup of death. They started them for the first time this season. They all see plenty of minutes in this rotation throughout this season. I thought more than anything, in my opinion, this was a Warriors team that has a championship pedigree that wasn't going to leave any more suspense in this series with the Pelicans, and they were looking to put away Game 4 tonight and with a chance to go back and be able to bury the Pelicans in Game 5.
Sure, you saw it from the opening tip. I mean, Stephen Curry was pressed right up against Etuan Moore, and you had Klay Thompson and right on Rajon Rondo. If they'd given him space the whole series, they changed what they did defensively, which was to say, we're going to match you, we're going to guard you 5-on-5 and really guard you, and we're going to make you beat us. And they did the opposite. The Pelicans totally wilted under that kind of pressure, and they couldn't have played worse offensively.
And offensively, I thought they came out a little flat tonight, whether it was on the offensive or defensive end. There were a lot of easy baskets where there were back cuts that were leading to easy layups for the Warriors, and then on the offensive end, it seemed like they couldn't buy a bucket underneath. Anthony Davis, who's usually so great at finishing, couldn't finish anything off. And Alvin Gentry was much more worried about the offensive performance in the postgame as opposed to the defense.
He has been all the whole series. He said it from day one. And Draymond Green said it as well. He's like, Alvin Gentry's always told him, you've never won a game 0-0. You got to outscore the other team. And especially against these guys, they are going to make shots. They're going to make runs. You have got to outscore them. And that's what they did in Game 3. They came out and shot the lights out, and they did the exact opposite this game. They had no response. And as they continued, the only response they had was in the second quarter. They got to the free throw line a little bit. That was the only shot they ever took at him. And if you can't score, you cannot beat this team.
Alvin Gentry said, look, you got to score 110 to 115, and that's to even have a shot against this Warriors team. Defensively for the Pelicans, look, they don't really have anybody that they can run at Kevin Durant to be able to slow him down. That's a problem for most of the NBA. You've had Drew Holiday on him a lot, but what do you do? I mean, there's a huge size advantage there. Do you have another card in the deck that you can try to play?
The only thing you could do to change it is to double him and get the ball out of his hands. But the second you do that, are you going to leave Klay Thompson wide open? Are you going to leave Stephen Curry wide open? Who are you leaving open? Are you going to leave Draymond Green underneath the basket wide open? Like, these are the decisions you have to make. So you almost have to live with the fact that he's going to get clean looks off of Drew Holiday and hope that he misses mid-range twos. They totally outscored them in the paint. As badly as New Orleans played, they still outscored them in the paint. The difference is they just make a ton of mid-range jumpers because Kevin Durant can just turn around and hit that jumper at 60-65%, and it's indefensible with this lineup.
Yeah, I think they'd take that matchup all day. Look, I think many fans out there, I think most of the NBA doesn't expect this series to return back here to New Orleans. If somehow it's able to, what do the Pelicans got to do differently? Maybe take something from Game 3 that they can now take to Game 5. Is there anything that sticks out to you?
It is incredibly simple. If they make a whole bunch of three-pointers, they can win. And if they don't, they have no chance. And this is what Game 3 proved, which is they need Solomon Hill, Niko Mirotic, Darius Miller, Ian Clark. Those guys have to all step up and make three-pointers. And if they don't, they do not have enough offense to compete with them, no matter what Anthony Davis or Drew Holiday really does.
When I asked Steve Kerr what the biggest difference is with this Pelicans team, he said it was a Pelicans team. They need more than just Anthony Davis down the stretch to be able to get a win here in Oakland and return back here to New Orleans. Scott Kushner of The Advocate, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Yep.